Yeah. 100 bad bitties, I can have it. Stand, give me that. Got your lady at the mansion. Ooh. And I know she just like she dancing. Come through and cost that. Yeah. 100 bad bitties, I can have it. Give me that, give me that. Got your lady at the mansion. And I know she just like she dancing. Yeah. Got banned from the bandos, I can't bop with the same Sean. Boy, I ain't twerking unless I'm in Turkey Caicos. Yeah. Head down, ass up, grabbing my ankle.
Hey everybody, and thank y'all for joining Mama Need a Life Too, and yes, you need a life too. It's your girl Big Mish, and I have special guest Mo'Raye Banxx.
Hey everybody.
Hey girl.
Thank you for having me.
You're very welcome. No, thank you for coming.
Of course, anything for you.
Thank you. Happy belated birthday.
Thank you, Scorpio gang.
Gang. Hey. It's our year. It's our season.
It's our season, our year, everything Scorpio.
Everything. So tell me, how was your birthday?
My birthday was good. It was working, of course. Yeah.
You're always working. I want to be like you, low key, because you're always working.
Yeah. When you believe in something or you're passionate about something, you often put a lot of energy and time.
Right.
So that's where I've been doing this past year, just working, putting my energy into positivity, And I'm a mama, so
hello.
I love that you always have a great balance. So that's why I admire about you.
I be trying. I literally be trying, okay? And I want to make sure is our sound good? I just want to make sure. Okay, perfect. We're good. Because last time I was live and it wasn't.
They couldn't hear?
Right. So we got to make sure they can hear us today because we got something to talk about.
Yes, we do. We have some things to talk about.
Y'all go ahead and share this live because you never know who needs to hear this or see this, okay? Mm-hmm. All right, so let's get into it. Okay. So I just wanted to ask you, how was your weekend?
Again, working. It was good. It was really good. I felt fulfilled that I was accomplishing a lot of things that I needed to get done. And I'm happy. This is my Jesus year. So
hello, we gotta get into that. We definitely have to get into that talk because I want to know more. Like when you say this is your Jesus year, what do you mean by that?
So if you're biblical, then you know 33 is a big number. And for me, I just felt like I sat back and I've helped everybody and I've done a lot of different things, whether it's for my job or for my family or my passions. And, I feel fulfilled when I'm doing something that I love, but I need to take that same energy and do it for myself.
Hello.
And I feel like, at this big age, at 33, people are still accomplishing things. And why not on this magical number, make this year open up for me and invest into myself.
I love that.
So it is a little bit of a journey because I am like making myself tap into what God's purpose is for me and not force things. I feel like sometimes because we're Scorpios, so sometimes
I was just gonna say that
we push and push
real bad,
and then we're like, oh my God, we get defeated, but really it's just not God's timing. So I just felt like, if I'm going to do anything, I'm going to do it, but I'm also going to listen to God while I'm doing it and make it make sense for my morals, my time, because I am a mom, so I have to kind of balance that and, but also remember my child because I'm doing everything for my baby,
Yeah, as you should. And I love that for you because I'm going to say, Sada, you definitely have poured into a lot of people. You're so like, let's get it done. I want to make you look good. I want to make sure that you're doing what you, because I see the potential. Like you always tell me, I see the potential. So it's good that you're pouring into yourself, putting that energy into yourself because you definitely deserve that.
Thank you.
Plus more, girl. That. And I already know everything that you finna do about to be stepping, okay? I already know.
Thank you.
Well, I want to be messy for a little bit because I was looking at your live, okay? And you were talking about when you had a create content weekend, right? Content day. So what was going on when you were saying about the DJ? Like, girl, get into it, girl.
So it kind of aligns with what I'm starting out to do with my project. So one of my projects, I'm gonna get into it. So one of my projects is I do a lot of media. You know this. Yes. I do a lot of media. I do a lot of events, but I really have always loved radio. I grew up in the era where I was listening to Tom Joyner and the Fly Job, listening to Wendy Williams, whether it was radio on TV. You know, we all know Super Cindy, you know what I'm saying? So like I grew up listening to that. I love radio. And I was like, if I'm going to do anything, I want to do radio. So I'm doing a lot of projects that revolve around radio. I'm working with one of Miami's hottest DJs, DJ Screech.
Okay, DJ Screech.
So I'm really excited about that. And we had an event that we did, but it was more for like content, filming of the pilot. And, you know, as women, I feel like when we're in certain spaces, and we're doing something different, because usually what you'll be seeing me doing is kind of like what the guys do, and like getting the crowd excited, like hype man, and doing all
like
of that.
Like promoter, basically, right?
Yeah,
what you say?
Like the promoter, but like kind of like you're used to hearing the DJ. You'll hear Screech too, but it's like him and I. It's kind of like back in the day, like when we used to listen to the radio, and 99 Jams used to be at the club or at this. So we wanted to show versatility, that we can do it anywhere. And I have planned this out for like months. And, you know, I just got a little bit of animosity. People saw, you know, I pull up lights, camera, action. We had like 7 videographers. They were also doing content for the venue. And yo, the DJ saw us. People in the club knew who the DJ was. Then they saw this beautiful brown plush girl back there ready to take the mic, and I guess they couldn't really handle that.
No.
Yeah, they couldn't handle that. But you know, I'm very, you know, Scorpios, we go off.
Yeah.
So I was ready. Like
when
I was ready.
Pushed to that point.
I was ready because, you know, when we do production, we spend a lot of money on that. We spend a lot of time, a lot of planning.
Right.
And it's a space for everybody. I felt like the communication was off, but when I realized it wasn't the communication, it was really the intimidation that DJ was feeling towards myself and Screech. At the end of the day, like we did what we could do. We had a ball. Big shout out to Big Will from Rated R Miami.
Will, what's up, boy?
Some of the Rated R Miami family came to like kind of assist with like production where I needed them to be.
Right.
But and my sponsors were there. That was really like a bummer because, you know, whatever. I didn't want them to see nothing like that. But
but it was out of your control. Right?
Out of my control. And it's just like a lesson I guess all women can take from it, which I was talking about, where sometimes we're in spaces and we can make men feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But that doesn't need to stop our light or dim our light.
Right.
We just have to continue to push forward and like show like, hey, we could do this. We can hang with you. And I'm not trying to take your spot.
Right.
If you know me, or if you kind of like would think, because I would want another DJ to do that for my DJ. Like shout out the DJ. Like shout them out. Intro them in.
Right,
like,
we got someone in the building.
Yeah, like,
you know, hello.
You know, and I felt like it was.
But not everybody like that.
Not everybody like that. One of the DJs was really, really excited. It was a packed night, so they had different transitions. But that specific DJ, he just was a hater. Like, for lack of better words, just
I don't like
hating.
that for him.
Yeah.
But I want to touch on something that you said, like when you said like women and men intimidation and feeling like, I was listening to like the go back to the political thing, and it was an interview where Miss Harris, Carmela, kept being shut, like basically he was trying to talk over her.
Yeah.
And it goes back to, you would not do that to a man, so why do that to me as a woman? You know, and she is the vice president.
Right.
At the end of the day still.
I also feel like too, Black women. Yeah. Right. So she is a woman of color. So we're going to get that. We're seeing our Madam Vice President go through that right now. So that's kind of what it was. And like, to be honest, I felt the same way. Like if it was a DJ or a artist, right, with a big name, you would have moved your big ass out the way. But because you saw me and you saw Screech and you felt like, you know, all these cameras, like what's going on?
What's like live camera action, baby. That's what it is.
It is. Hello. And they don't like that space, you know. So I just feel like we get overshadowed. We get, you know, they like to speak over us. But we don't need to do the same. We just need to work just as hard, probably even harder. Right. I think a lot of our mothers taught us that, our parents taught us that, like, as a Black man or a Black woman, we have to work 10 times harder.
Hello.
And as a Black woman, sometimes, sadly, some of our Black men, we're their competitors, and we're not trying to be.
Right.
It's a space where we can all dominate and we support and love each other. But until that catches on, still stay graceful, still do your thing,
and still show up every time.
Still show up every time.
Ooh,
every
Lord.
time.
Listen, y'all go ahead and share the live again because we're already getting heated already in the beginning. Okay, so y'all share the live. Okay,
Yes.
and I want to touch on the comments real quick. Oh Lord, so I don't know that light is probably too bright. I don't know, but you can see good because Lord, I'm fighting, so I'm gonna watch your phone.
I can see.
So Monique Haynes says yes. Hey, girl. Hey. Okay. Then Kiana Cocaine Simone. Hey, sister. She said, hey, beauties. Hey, sister. Then we have Shauna Scott. Hey, queens. Hi, queen. She also said, Miss Shauna Scott says she definitely pours into others. Yes, she does.
Big shout out to Shauna. This install is Shauna, my stylist. So
okay. I'm loving it.
She definitely came out. Olivia Aston, her brand. She came out. She's been doing like my hair for all of my content. Just all of my filming that I've been doing for the past week, just back and forth. She's based in Belgrade. And she has a shop in Wellington. So if you all want to hit her up and get your hair done, she does that. She teaches. She's an educator. So Shauna, put all your information so the people can follow you and book you. But she's amazing. Like
yes. And the first thing I said, your hair was beautiful.
We did like 5 looks in one day.
What?
Seriously, and
she wasn't playing.
She was not playing.
Get into it, okay?
Yes,
I love that for y'all. Well, go ahead and drop your stuff in the inbox. I mean, in the comment section. I would love to invite you. But you said she in Belgrade? That's kind of far.
Shauna is, when I tell you, she's going to show up wherever, whenever. She's a Miami baby, though. She's born and raised in the County Dade. So this is not far from her. But she will show up and do her thing.
That's what's up. That's what I love to hear. Okay. Now, Miss Pauletta says, hey. And I know I said your name wrong, baby. I'm sorry. I always say your name wrong. I'm so sorry. Forgive me. But I do want to touch on something that I saw on TikTok. Well, someone sent me this on TikTok, right? Mm-hmm. So it was a woman on Roblox, right? The woman basically was communicating. So this is for the parents. If you have kids, please make sure you're monitoring what your kids are doing on Roblox because they can message. Well, this 10-year-old in particular was communicating with an adult, a woman adult, who basically made or manipulated this child's mind to drop her infant sister or brother. I don't know if it's a girl or boy. Don't quote me on the infant. Drop the baby on the face so the baby can die. The 10-year-old did it. Okay. The baby did not die, thankfully, but sustained, injuries from that. And then the lady tried to tell her to go and kill her parents. So it's just like, what? We have to be very mindful on what our kids do. I know my 10-year-old ain't foolish like that to do that, but I was like, what? Because in my son's right mind, he's 10. And I know he's not gonna do that. But you have some kids that probably don't have that right, their own minds, and be like, that's not right. Because that's not right. Why would you drop your little sibling on the floor?
I think it also goes to like how you're raising your children. Right. Me personally, like I come from a religious background. So my dad is Muslim, but my mom born and raised in the Christian church, and me. So, we were in church, and that's just a conversation, right? That you have to have with your children, but you do have to monitor what your children are looking at and what they're watching. I personally, we just got my 2-year-old a tablet.
Oh Lord!
Because he has cousins and like all of them got tablets.
I get it.
So when we were setting it up, literally last weekend when we were setting it up, I was telling his dad, no, we got to put parental child block on here. So everything on there is like parental child block. Yeah. It even tells him, I think you need to take a break. And he'd be so upset because it's break time. And like, I literally have to yank it and take it back. But you do have to monitor what your children are watching. And you do have to have open conversations about these demonic spirits that are after our children and after our families and after our community. Too. Yeah, real bad. And then they're in spaces where children should be children. And they're just, we're seeing that in schools regardless, but they're in places that they shouldn't be. So unfortunately, it makes our jobs as parents harder, but it is what it is. We got to do it.
We're getting exposed to a lot of like kissing, like especially on TikTok. Not TikTok. Let me not say TikTok. YouTube. Yeah. Because, we have content creators that are doing like, boyfriend, girlfriend type stuff. And I feel like it gets the kids a little curious until like, that's how you do it. Like, no. So, we definitely
have to watch that. And you know what? The most we had, I ain't gonna lie, the most we had on TV was like HBO and BET Uncut.
Unless
That's
you
it.
staying up
Unless you
late
staying up late at night to watch
and then
that.
you hear little sounds, you're like, what's that?
For real. Like, oh my God. Oh my God. But that was it. We didn't have all these apps and stuff. So.
Yeah. Now it's like, oh my gosh, it's out of hand. Clearly out of hand. Okay, so I have Carly and Maria say, hey ladies, y'all look beautiful, but I'm speeding down 95.
Oh Jesus.
Drive safely, please. And
That
thank you.
that is more than likely Carly, one of my sponsors for my show.
Hi,
Carly Cares. Make sure you all follow her on Instagram, Carly Cares. She's a nurse practitioner.
Oh, that's nice.
She takes care of hormonal recovery. She also has a weight loss program.
Oh, Lord,
she
yes.
takes care of the elderly as well. She does concierge visits. She does pediatric and all different type of things. But
a jack of all trades.
Jack of all trades. But most importantly, she truly, truly, truly cares. And she's been very, very supportive of me. And she's also like the hip hop doctor. A lot of us celebrities go to her and they see her privately. Their family members do, and she works with your insurance and tries to make sure
you coming in with all the guests.
Yes, I had to strategically think this through. Because
always that's side eye. Well, Mo'Raye Banxx. Let me get you right on here. Mo'Raye Banxx. Okay, but yes, you be coming through. But hey, thank you so much for watching. Okay, so let me see. The comments are coming in. I love that for us. So we have Johnny. He says the hair stay on point. Thank you, baby. All right.
Nisha's always cute, and she always serves a really nice, refreshing drink for her guests.
I'm surprised you like it because
I do. I like a little drink to get me a little turn.
Yes, even though I'm not drinking. And I want to shout out a sister with a testimony because she gave me this tumbler. And I just want to say, I literally had this and the drink will stay cold all freaking day. When I say the drink is cold, wake up in the middle of the night, in the morning, it's still cold. And she made this custom made, y'all. So a sister with a testimony, y'all. Get into
Love that. A sister with a testimony. Yes.
Yes, Lord. So shout out to her. Okay. All right. So yeah, everybody's joining. I love this today. Let me just put y'all comments on because y'all deserve that. Hey, Roxy, what's up? Hey, y'all. Hey. And then of course I always get her name wrong.
Adria.
Yes. Miss Harlem Heights. Okay, so she said, hey ladies, hey, what's up?
And y'all make sure y'all go and follow. Y'all can call her Adria. I call her Adria, but she is Miss Black Richmond Heights.
Yes.
In 2 weeks, she will be going for a competition.
Oh Lord, oh my gosh. It has come so quickly.
The time is flying. The year is flying by.
Dang. Put your link in the comments, Miss Lady, please. I know you still probably need donations, so please put the link in the comments. I would love that, please.
Yes.
All right, so let's get into it. So I just want to show y'all this video right quick because Miss Ma'am is showing out. Before I actually talk about what we about to talk about, I want them to understand the picture, see where it's going. Because like I said, Miss Mo'Raye Banxx is going to get it together. Always come with fire content. So let's go ahead and see what she's talking about, y'all.
Fuck these niggas up. Bow, 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 bow. Bow, bow, bow. Yeah. Slim, thick, crumble skin, 5'5", this bitch a 10. Hair done, bills paid, catch me sliding in the Benz. I ain't looking for no man, I ain't recruiting no new friends. But we bag filled with bands, gone sexy, do your dance. Get it sexy, get it sexy, get it sexy, get it sexy.
Yes, girl. I love that. Girl, like they came on. Okay. I said, girl, you got the right girls. Literally got the right girls. Like, hands down. I love how confident they were. And you have to be confident no matter what.
Absolutely.
Like, no matter what. So I really, really, really love that video. So I want to get into it because, you know, I was looking. So let's talk about Fluffy and the Fluffy bunnies.
Yes.
Let's get into it.
So, Fluffy is a project I've been working on for a while, and I thought of it. Mm-hmm. It, as you can see, all of the ladies in the video are plus size, and I grew up. I'm a plus size girl. I grew up plus size. I was always chunky, and I just have my mentor, my mom, and a couple of people in the entertainment space that I looked up to, that look like me.
Mm-hmm.
And now there are so many influencers. We have so many faces that represent us. However, we still get the backlash.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to create a safe space where women can talk about that are of a curvy size,
Right.
can talk about our experiences,
Mm-hmm.
and can just embrace their confidence. I feel like, for me, I have gone on a weight loss journey. I have a son, and then the weight is still there, and I'm still working through it. And there's nothing wrong with wanting change,
Right.
but at the same time, you have to accept and embrace where you are,
Mm-hmm.
and also help others. In the process of finding the beautiful girls who are my bunnies. Big
Hello.
shout out to Plus Doll and Mookie, who are my fluffy bunnies. They have their own story
Mm-hmm.
of what they went through growing up, just like other women have as well. And I wanted to create that safe space, but like a secret society for them to feel
Right.
comfortable. And I literally leaned on people that I felt like we needed a part of our journey.
Yeah.
That's where the Carly Cares comes in, because she is a medical, professional. And although we are talking about our curves and our rolls and everything that we got,
Mm-hmm.
we still need to be on track with our weight and
Yes.
keeping ourselves healthy, and also putting it out there for the girls who are looking at what we're doing and the content of what we're doing, and making sure that they're taking care of themselves.
Yes, I can agree. Yeah.
Also beauty, right? So Miss Sensational Faces, Miss Tanya Nowden, who is also a sponsor of the show, she talks about self-care, and I feel like all women can use that. We need to take care of ourselves.
Yeah.
She does. She's an esthetician, licensed esthetician. She has an award-winning product, a mist that you can put on your face, and she's amazing. I've met her in so many different spaces, and she fell in love with my content and what I was doing, and she was like, I want to be a part of it. Of course, Shauna of Olivia Aston, all the beauty that you see going on there, she was a part of, and you saw her in the video doing my hair.
Yes.
I do need to shout out Becca of Rebecca. She is the Fly Girl Lashes. She does lashes. She does everything.
Yes.
And she was there doing content as well. I also have to shout out the entire Rated R Miami and our all of our guests that will be on the show. It's a 1 month show.
Mm-hmm.
So like it's basically every month you'll get a new show. You'll get a new show, enough time to like really digest the content and what you got. Because it's a lot in one episode.
Mm-hmm.
And we do have a celebrity guest every episode.
Oh, I love that. Well, I cannot wait to see how it turns out. I know it's going to be amazing.
Thank you.
I know it's going to be amazing. I don't have to say no more about that, because I know you got to tear it up, okay? I definitely love the video. As you can see, Miss Roxy said that too. Okay, love the video. Yes.
Yes. And also, I do need to say this. The only space that I grew up, like, and I don't even want to say grew up, but my adult years and feeling comfortable is, if y'all know it, Thick Thursdays. So Thick Thursdays is on Thursdays, all the women of a beautiful size can go and can, feel comfortable. There are people who accept us and love us, and they're dancers, they're everything there. So both of my bunnies, they do Thick Thursdays, and now Thick Thursdays is an event type of thing. So this Thursday is Halloween.
Right.
So Mo Money, Mo Banxx, and Plus Doll and Mookie, we will be there. I will be on the stage doing my big one, promoting Fluffy, but also encouraging the ladies, right? And I hope that, if you love a woman of a bigger size, that you come out and you show love and let us know that we're appreciated. And that's also going to spaces that you feel loved and cared about. But while we're there, promoting health and promoting wellness, mental health.
That's so important.
Because everything that I'm getting into and like filming, people really talk about bullying and talk about trauma, and I really want to address that. So you will see.
So now you're about to make me talk about something right now.
What?
Okay, because this weekend I went to a game night, and hello, but I felt like somebody tried to body shame me, girl.
the body shaming. It's think
crazy. And it doesn't matter.
But first of all, Misha, you have a fire ass shape.
Thank you, baby.
And shout out to Scope because they getting your waist right.
Hello,
so I love
that.
It's
many different. I can't even give credit to only Scope touch, y'all.
Oh,
I be doing all. I be wearing all the waist trainers now, girl. They be sending it. Like,
I think you need to get on. Like, you need to tell us how to keep our waists snatched and all that too, because you be doing it. But nothing is wrong with your body. Nothing is wrong with my body. Nothing is wrong with anybody's body. I feel like body shaming comes from the insecurity within another person.
That's what I was thinking.
And I feel like when they see a woman or even a man, because men go through this too, believe it or not.
Yeah.
When you see somebody that's confident in how they carry themselves, you try to, or that person tries to pick out anything.
Girl, she tried.
She tried.
But I said, you know what, baby, I'm so secure with myself, baby.
You don't need nobody else to tell you anything.
So you can think what you want, how you want, when you want. But I know I'm fine.
And let me tell you something too about the big girls. What y'all be missing and what y'all don't be understanding is the men and women, whatever they like, they be in the DMs. They be in the comments.
Hello. No, you know what? It's so funny because it was a thicker chick there too. And she was hearing the things that the lady was saying. And she stuck. She was like, you know what? Because I don't care. I got all this fat. I got this and that. And the men still love it, baby. They still gonna eat it up.
They still love
Doesn't
it.
matter. Okay.
They still love it. And, you know, and not to say that that's something to encourage you to like think of and like build your encouragement. But the people who are for you are going to show themselves to you.
I feel like, because even when you say the fuffies, okay, so I feel like it's all what you said, mental, right?
Yeah.
So it can be, you can be skinny, really small, you can be really big. I feel like it just depends on how you feel about self on the inside.
And that's all that Fluffy is doing. Of course, you know, I'm a Scorpio, so it gets a little, you know. We definitely do a frequency check. We ask like the spicy questions. We get into all the things that it is to be a woman, our dating experiences. We get into, you know, corporate works, lifestyle, being a mom, multiple entrepreneurs. But at the end of it, it's about here. It's about everything here. When you feel good in your heart and when you feel good here and you have clarity and you have self-esteem that's through the roof, nobody could tell you anything. And that's all that I want to do. All I want to do, all the bunnies want to do is spread love and just encourage other women. And it doesn't matter. You could be any size and watch it. But I just wanted to do that for us.
And I love that.
We can have a place to talk about what we're going through.
I really love that. Let me see if I missed a comment before we move on, baby, because it's giving tea. I love it, though. I cannot wait. And when does your show come on again? I'm sorry.
It will premiere November 20th. And listen, the other show that I was talking about with DJ Screech, that is big season and everything big during Scorpio season. Scorpio season ends the 21st. So I strategically wanted my show to come out during my birthday season.
Ours.
Yes. And really like show love to myself. I can't wait. And I will provide you information. So that way you can pop out and be there.
Hello. Got to. Okay. Well, let's get into it. What else can we expect from you for 2025? Let's move on to 20. I already know you thinking ahead. What you doing?
Of course, you all will see me and DJ Screech doing some things. You will see Fluffy every month, but I will be outside working with a lot of different organizations, empowerment, really broadening my, I guess you could say, my motivational aspect of me and like building the brand of Mo'Raye Banxx. This year is like very strategic. Every quarter there's something that I'm pushing, whether it in this all areas of everything from TV to the colleges to everything. I think that I'm building a nice team right now during the wintertime because in January we are taking off.
I know it's gonna be amazing.
Thank you.
It's gonna be amazing. Like, y'all don't know what y'all about to get into when she step out. Okay, rated R2.
Yes.
It's gonna be amazing. Literally gonna be amazing. Well, I want to get into toxic. Because I feel like this is we all hear stories about our friends telling us about their baby daddies. You know what would be going down.
Yeah.
So it was crazy because I came across Safari's video on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Did you get to watch it?
I did.
Okay.
I actually, because I went to the Nicki concert.
Okay.
So I saw like him vlogging.
Okay.
He's really big on like vlogging, and I saw him vlog about that. And then I also got the notification about what you're talking about. And the crazy thing about that is that video came out in 2023. That was in 2023.
You was lying to me.
No. And he had shared that back then briefly and deleted it.
And he shared it again?
He shared it again because I don't know if what exactly he's trying to do, but I do know from what I see media wise that it is him and the mother of his children are in a bad place.
Right.
And he's probably dealing with some of those things now, but probably more of like the harassment part of it. But I'm going to also say this. His baby mama, Erica, is a Scorpio.
Oh, Lord.
So we got to give her some grace, but in reality too, we have to understand that it's very one-sided, and I feel like they've put their lives on a platform for all of us to see.
Okay, but you said one-sided. I guess what got me, because I've never heard or saw him speak out. Mm-hmm. So when, because I always hear that he's, like he said, a deadbeat or a cheater, because of course he wanted her so bad, and then now once you get these kids, it's like you flip the script. I don't like that. I didn't like that.
Yeah.
I'm not with that. But just to see, him talking about it from his perspective, I feel like we don't really get the man's perspective on things. We're always
both sides could be true. Both sides can be true. I feel like you said, like it's always been like one-sided. Mm-hmm. And now this situation is where he has the voice, and a lot of men or women who have gone through domestic violence or that type of experience of just, because really and truthfully, if you get on a ladder and climb over my fence, nigga or a woman, I don't care what you are. Right. Something's wrong.
Because why are you doing that?
Why are you doing that? But I also feel like, sometimes we click. Yeah. I feel like the emotional.
I'm gonna give you these hands.
Yeah, like sometimes all the things that we go through, we end up clicking. Yeah. Because we are not emotionally equipped to deal with this. And I feel like as a mom, I'm being honest with you, like they're in a different tax bracket than a lot of where we are. Yeah. So there are women going through what Erica is going through. We're going to be real. Like there are women going through what we are going through. And there are some people whose lives are not on a platform and them probably did worse.
Yes, Lord.
So at the end of the day, I do feel like that family needs grace, but they need some healing. Mm-hmm. They need and I feel like as a mom, Erica needs prayers, but she needs to kind of like get away from maybe, and it might be her bread and butter, being on social media, her being on TV. But as a person that looks at it, she needs to take a break because I feel like even they're going through a custody battle. They filming Love and Hip Hop. You could tell like all kind of stuff. She got her own show now on Zeus. I just feel like we're doing everything to get money and to provide for our kids. But if y'all need to take a break from social media, then do that, because I did not need to see that. Yeah. Like I saw it last year, but I did not need to see that again. And now the whole world is in on that. But I also understand his point of view because we've only heard her, or even on Love and Hip Hop, him be portrayed as a deadbeat. Yes. We've always seen him, or the people try to play him as a corny guy. Mm-hmm. Even with his past relationship with Nicki, like he gets the cornball look of it all. But
so that's how it was like when he actually spoke up.
Like, you listen. Yeah,
I did listen.
Because it's shocking. You feel bad. And it's like, at the end of the day, that family needs some healing. Yeah. Anybody that is in a toxic relationship, please, Lord, or situation, find like if some people are you can't even co-parent with. Yeah.
And that's how I was getting from him. Like he was saying at the point where now he wants to, with him getting the kids, he rather not get the kids until they figure it out. Or maybe we meet up in the public at the police station. Yeah. Or I get them from your family's house. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Even though I feel like as co-parent, if we're going to co-parent as adults, but I feel like he plays a part in that too. Because if you also hear him say, I was doing sexual things with her, right? Mm-hmm. I was, doing
that
family
got to
things.
stop. That got to stop.
Because the emotions.
And she puts it out there too, like, you were just at the house begging me and this and that in front of the kids and all of this, and now you acting a certain way, and they're in a custody and child support battle.
Right.
And you gaslight her. You come on social media or you go on these shows and you giving out gifts to different women, but you can't take care of your kids.
Oh, Lord.
If a person is not mentally dealing with that and can, they're going to react.
Yeah, of course.
And even with that, people wanted her not to react. Like, you got to learn not to react. Just save all that for court.
Hello. And it's like he probably want a reaction out of you.
He wants a reaction out of you. And she might want a reaction out of him sometimes, right? Mm-hmm. So y'all gotta stop being mentally abusive to each other and understand that everything that you do, these kids are looking at.
Oh, real bad.
They're really, like, we think that our kids don't know what's going on.
They do.
But they really do.
And I've learned that.
And they've heard other conversations without us. Mm-hmm. So they know other perspectives. And they know us better how they view us, because we don't know what we look like to them.
Right.
We know what we want to look like to them, what we perceive to look like to them.
Yeah.
But we only know how we see our mothers and our fathers.
And I feel like the older our kids get, it's like the more you like, dang, I gotta tighten up.
You gotta tighten up. They get to mocking stuff, saying stuff,
acting like you're like, hold on, baby. Well, I saw you. Well, hold on, baby. Come on now. I'm an adult. You're a child. You can't do what mommy do.
And you're teaching your child to be reactionary. Like, you're teaching them how to react instead of how to problem solve and ignore when they're in those spaces. And they do have kids in those spaces.
So I have Kitty. I guess I'm saying that right. I don't know. Well, you know what? Before I go to him, let me go to Ghetto Chef Yellow's comment. He says, women only want to hear the woman's side. Mm-hmm. If that's my friend... Yeah, I do only want to hear her side, but I mean, I'm not opposed to hearing like the male side. Like, I feel like it is two sides to a story. Is a reaction to an action to a reaction. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I feel like that's my friend or my family member. Of course, I'm going to want to hear their side. I don't want to hear what he got to say.
Right. Or as a woman, we do tend to take the woman's side because we know what that's like. Mm-hmm. But for me personally, I can actually say this. I have a lot of cousins that got, and male cousins that got situations going on with baby mamas. Mm-hmm. And as that girl cousin that sits on the phone and let them vent, you feel me? I tell them the truth. Yeah. Like, now some stuff you got to tell them right. Mm-hmm. But then some stuff you do see where the woman is being petty.
Or so you say that, but sometimes people don't want to receive that information. No matter how many times you say it, tell them.
Yeah, they don't want to hear it.
Ignore what you're saying and they keep on going. So it's to the point where it's like, okay, let me just be quiet and let you just vent. Maybe that's all you want me to do.
Maybe me listening to you helps you not do things like jumping over a fence. Mm-hmm. Right? Yeah. Or makes you not like get a bed and beat this. Like, you can't. Right. You got to have somebody to talk to, and you got to have people that are like, no, you're wrong. There's another way to do this. I understand you wholeheartedly. Mm-hmm. At the end of the day, the only people that suffer are the kids.
Yes, Lord.
The only people that suffer are the kids. So
if they got kids.
Yes.
But at the end of the day, are the kids, because even if you guys don't have kids together and you have kids, you're putting you're putting yourself in a situation where you can get in trouble and you be away from your kids.
And you're exposing them. To which is why single mothers and single fathers, I really feel like, until you know that woman or that man is the one, you really shouldn't like introduce a lot of people to your kids. Oh, Lord, yeah. Because you still learning that person. You know what I'm saying? Especially if they don't live with you, you still learning that person, and you don't want to expose bad habits or things to your children. So,
or just let's not get. I'm about to open up a whole other topic.
Yeah, like we see a lot of things in relationships, and sometimes from afar you can already say that ain't right.
Especially when you don't know this person, you cannot. So y'all. So this is Keedy, the glam god. Vanderlake says, we all know a guy like him. Dude can work a camera in his social posts.
Yes, he's good at social media. Keedy, hey.
But I don't know. But like I said, that was my first time seeing him actually open up and show the clips, like a clip where they were arguing, and even a clip where the little girl was saying she don't want to go to her mom's house. So it's just like, dang, like.
And she could have been saying that, like the glam god is saying. he knew what to do, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
she could have been saying that because she hadn't seen her daddy in a while.
Right. Okay.
So she wanted to be with her dad.
So she could have just got that little good part
and just posted it and made her look like she's.
So how do you feel about, okay, so it was another issue where he got the kids for the summer and he put the kids in summer camp. How do you feel about that?
So I feel two ways about it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you want all this money from this man, from child support, right?
Mm-hmm.
He has to make a living. He can't sit down with them kids all day, every day. Regular folk, we put our kids in summer camp, right? Now, well, we do. Like, if you have a job and you got to put them in summer camp. Yeah. But what matters is after summer camp, you know you ain't had them kids all this time. You need to have made a schedule or a plan. Now, we all know that every man is not great at planning. Mm-hmm. My dad is amazing at that. Like, he's actually better than my mom at coordinating and putting things together. But every man is not good at that. Right. So hopefully that's when you depend on your village, because he does have a mom. Yeah. He does have women around him to say, hey, like, okay, well, you got these appearances to do, or you got this to do. But within these 3 or 4 weeks, what are you doing something with the kids? Mm-hmm. What memories are you making with the kids? Mm-hmm. So I think that in her point of view, you don't spend no time with them and you throwing them in summer camp when the rest of the year you just are outside. Mm. But his point of view could be, you see me outside, I'm making money. Right.
Just or like the kids, I feel like, okay, yeah, the kids need to have, especially when they're young, they're busybodies.
They're busybodies.
They need to move around. I'm sorry. Like, mine stay in daycare, especially during the summertime. Yeah. You know, if the older siblings are home, then yes. But other than that, she needs to go to daycare.
Yeah, yeah.
So I can get that where they need to go to daycare because they need activities.
They need socialization with other children their age to help their development process.
Yes.
So sometimes development comes from them being around kids their age, or them being in a program where they're learning and they're constantly doing these things.
Right.
And I'm going to be honest, as long as they're okay. And I feel like there's communication, because I would want my son's father to say, hey, I'm going to put the baby here for this. How do you like this program?
Right.
Because I have to work, and after I could spend some time with them. We can go to the movies. We could go here. Right. We can go to the beach. We could do whatever, because it's summertime. But during the time, I want to put them here, and I want your blessing, and I want you to check this out with me.
Right.
I feel like
I don't think he did that.
I don't think he did that, and I don't even think they have that conversation. They have that relationship to do that, and that is called good co-parenting, good parenting, period. Yeah. Because anywhere, if you're in a relationship, you're going to talk about it with your partner regardless. So you have to remember that even when you all are not together, you do have to talk about those things. Right. You have to see, when you have children after 18, you still kind of attached to them.
But that's when she has to stop her emotional.
Yeah. She has to become emotionally intelligent. To not, she has to detach, and she has to understand that
him too.
Him too. They have to stop gaslighting each other. Lord. They have to stop competing about who's the best parent and who does this and who does what for what. Because I'm gonna speak real on it. Can't nobody replace the mama, and can't nobody replace the daddy
at all.
Daddies are especially the girls.
Yes.
Daddies are very important.
Yes, Lord.
And girls need their moms too, because we are the example that they follow. Yeah. But boys definitely need their fathers and their mothers.
Yes, Lord.
So
that balance
is important for children. Yes. So when you have a able-bodied man and an able-bodied woman, and y'all know this ain't working, y'all don't want it, this ain't what it is.
One want it, the other one might not.
What? Something got to get figured out. Yeah. Because as long as it's still emotions there, they're still going to go back and forth with toxicity, and that's not good for the children.
And I hope they see it through. Like you said, grace. They need
grace. They need people who are going to bring them together.
Right.
Like, really sit down. Because one thing I hate too is for a man to feel like he could call my mama.
Right.
Or the girl can call his mama. Child, I ain't lay down with you.
And we ain't gonna listen. Well, let me ask you this. Do you think some women stop the child from seeing the dad because they still want him? Do you think that? And they use that child as a crutch?
Yes. I do believe that happens.
I do too.
I believe that happens,
Real
and
bad. And we gotta stop doing that.
Unconsciously, women do that,
and then they want to say the daddy's not want to be in the kid.
Right?
No, you're not allowing that man to be in that
because he's not
life.
showing up how you want him to show up as far as being in a relationship with you,
but and showing you attention.
If he is providing for them in a financial way and also in an emotional way, because a lot of the times too, like your father could be a voice of reason for you. And I feel like, women, we are very emotional. Like, Lord. But a man could be very logic and so detached from what be going on.
Emotions, for real.
And they could give a logical perspective that child may need. So you don't know what that child is going through during the day. And sometimes you might not be the person that they need to give they need to get the answers from. Sometimes the dad is. But when you cut off communication, you're only hindering good development for that child.
Especially blocking them from their tablets.
Yeah. And a lot of the dads be having the numbers and stuff
because
like that.
Because you want them to come through you.
Yeah. You got to be on the phone.
And that's not right.
If they're emotionally and old enough to work these iPads and these phones, and no daddy is calling and mommy is calling.
But if he blocked, then you don't know.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like men and women have to stop the pettiness, because believe it or not, it's men too that act a certain way if they know that their mother of their child has moved on.
Hello.
And they don't want no other man. Well, guess what? You weren't the man that could stay in the space and do what needed to be done.
Hello.
So I've moved on and I've healed and I'm back outside.
And now you want me inside.
Now you want me inside. You want to monitor what's going on inside the house. You should have been doing that when you was
Or even the men that literally don't want to take care of their own kids, but want to take care of Lisa kids.
Oh,
baby, you got 4 kids.
Y'all taking family pictures over there. Let me say something, y'all. They taking Christmas coming up. We're gonna see so many men and so many baby daddies and other women picture with their children.
But baby, y'all should have did a family picture.
So did a family picture with mine too. That's what I'm saying. But it comes from I ain't talking to her. She da 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 da. But the child got access to social media.
I feel like that's really the Black community.
You think so?
I'm gonna tell you because we just did football and it was Hispanic. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't even think that was the boy was calling somebody else that's not his dad because he grew up with that man. But his biological father was there too. Sitting under the tent, all chilling, talking, laughing. I didn't think that was the dad until it actually was brought to my attention. Yeah. That's the dad. But they were able to communicate like nothing.
I think it depends, because I've seen some Hispanic families and I've also seen some Caucasian families where they acting like I guess what we talking about. Right. You feel me? Like just plain out, ain't got no sense. I feel like it gotta come from the emotion. You gotta be healed.
You gotta be done.
You gotta be mature. I don't even think if we kind of like step aside from the baby mama, baby daddy thing, it's a lot of women that get divorced and cannot. And when they break up with a man, they can't talk to him no more. Because it was that toxic. It was that they can't even, I don't talk to him no more. I don't know where that's daddy going with it. Like, it ain't even got to be all that. Because what that does is what you're talking about, that experience where like, oh my God, I didn't even know y'all communicate. Yeah. Do you know how amazing them kids going to turn out as far as like being able to communicate and being able to like be like, I have not just one person I can go to. I got two. I got
three.
Like you got all these people that you could talk to. So now you've created a space where if he can't talk to me, he can't talk to you. Now there's other person he can talk to. Right. Because some people don't even live by their grandparents anymore. Right. Grandparent culture is totally different. Mm-hmm. So whoever you're bringing around your child, you do have to make sure that they are able to be a good resource and a good person, a trustworthy person.
Role model. Yes, Lord. I definitely agree with that. So we did touch on them having, intercourse. I feel like men, if you do not want the woman, stop having sex with that woman. Stop having sex with that woman. Yeah. You can't emotionally, if you want a woman to get over you, having sex with them is not the key. Like you just gotta stand on what you say and mean what you say.
It keeps them like you're leading them on.
Exactly.
And some women are not, and we have to be honest with ourselves, like some women are not able to like detach sexually, because having sex is a bond.
Hello.
It's soul ties. You're continuing to keep this relationship. You making it sticky. You making it yes. Even men too, while we sitting up here saying about women, some men can't take. Oh, now they can't take that. Like they can't take you. You know what I'm saying? Moving on from them. So like we gotta just learn how to if it's a clear boundary and it's y'all don't want that no more. You gonna have like them late nights where you feel a little something. You cannot get on that phone and call that man. That man should not be able to call you, and you allow him to just come back through. And then tomorrow or 2 days later, when you need the response you getting, you don't get it. You feel some type of way.
Right.
You can't do that. You got to stand on business.
Hello. So men and women got to stand on business.
Both.
Hello.
Both.
Just to touch on Maquan Ford, we're talking about toxic women, toxic men. We need to get it together in these relationships. Period. Okay. Ariel said, I want to know what that for. Ghetto Chef Yellow. He said, that's on y'all. Dang. And he said that has nothing to do with race on the comment before. So I guess it does have nothing to do with race. It does
because it's some Hispanic people that's just as
right. And I want to say that back because it was a married couple that just separated. They were able to sit too. So I take that back, y'all.
Then sometimes too, what I realized, that took time to get there.
Yeah.
Because when you hear a lot of people talk about like, how did y'all get here? Oh, it was a journey. It didn't just happen like this. But y'all gotta want it enough to feel like I gotta do the work on myself. I really feel like both of Erica and Safari gotta do work on themselves so they can like be better for their children and communicate better for them.
Hello. Well, if the dad isn't allowed to see his child, is he wrong for not giving her money for the child? If she's telling baby, you can't see this child. Now, I'm not saying that he don't want to see the child, but the mom is making it hard for him to see the child. Is he still obligated to get that child money? I don't. Because at the end of the day, it's like, why can't I see my child, but you want me to give you money for my child, but I can't see my child?
I feel like, again, that's her being petty.
No, I'm not even giving it on Erica's.
No. I'm talking. You talking in general. I feel like that's the woman being petty.
Right.
Like you being doggish because you still want the man. You being doggish and you feeling like you have authority.
Right.
Right. When clearly it took some sperm to make that baby.
Two, not one.
So I feel like you need to come to terms that you're only harming the child. And you want this man to pay for this. Now, I'm going to say this to men. I feel like a lot of the times men don't realize when y'all lay down with these women, right? And y'all paying this child support, y'all putting out this money or whatever. Even though y'all not in that house, you still responsible for what's in that house.
Absolutely.
If that woman lights go out, your child in that house.
Yeah.
So if she call you and ask you for help, that should be for the child. Now you do need to ask her how, like, come on now, like how the funds being spent, because you have that obligation to talk to her financially about how things are going.
Right.
But when you start making children in different households, you got to think about that because when that child call you for lunch money, that child call you for whatever. A lot of the times, child support don't cover everything. It don't cover everything. And I feel like people get lost in that. Kids got extracurricular activities. They have doctor's appointments. They have all kind of different things.
They love to eat desserts
like
all day.
You giving this every 2 weeks, that don't whatever. But at the same time, women have to understand that too. You understand what I'm saying? Like we have to understand that this man is helping raise this child financially, all kind of ways. He needs to be able to see the child if he's going to be putting money out. Again, emotional intelligence.
If he's not being able to see the child, did you say yes or no that he should be responsible?
I feel like you still should give money, but there needs to be a conversation. Because I'm gonna tell you this too. Depending on how toxic it is, some of these children are grown and get to a point where they can talk to their father or their mother. You get what I'm saying?
Okay. I can understand that.
It could get to a point where I don't need to talk to you. I could talk straight to my child.
And you know what I'm saying? A different story.
And that's a different story. Now, if we're talking about toddlers that can't like make that decision for themselves, that's messed up. And he need to go fight in court. And I feel like, especially in our community, Black men feel like they don't have that that support and going to fighting for custody or going to fighting for their rights, and they do.
Yeah.
Y'all gotta stop being so afraid to go fight for what you that's your offspring.
Right.
Go fight for your rights.
And I feel like a lot of men do feel like that's the mom, that's she has all the rights, but no, it is
y'all both made that child. That's you are. If something was to happen, they gonna call you too. You need to go fight for your rights, and you need to go see about that. So no, you know what I'm saying? I feel like you can't just give money and not know what's going on with your child. Right. You do. But at the same time, if that child is of age, baby, it's ways to go around that. And y'all just got to get smart, because women, we know we get real. There's nothing you can do. We'll find a way to talk to our child.
Hello.
We'll find
a mom have me not talking to my child,
like
period.
that. A mom gonna make a way. Men can't feel defeated.
But you know what? We have some women that the father's parents or their own parents took the child from them.
Yeah.
In situations where they're not allowed to talk to their own child. So oh Lord, I guess it
gets sticky. But again, like, y'all laid down and made these churn, make it work. Like, that's all I got to say. Like, stop putting on trauma onto these kids, because that's all it's doing. And something that I tell my cousin, and I'm not gonna say his name, but that's one of my best cousins. I tell him this all the time. When these kids get to a certain age, when we got to an age, we knew what parent did what. We knew exactly who our parents were.
Lord, yes, Lord.
Especially when we get a little bit of wisdom on our side. Yeah. Like, now I see what was really going on. Keep fighting for any father. Keep fighting for your child. Mothers, if you feel like that father is putting your child in harm's way, then no.
Right.
And if you can prove that, then that's fine. Even it's some families that, like, I don't want my child over there because I feel like my child gonna be in all kinds, not gonna be taken care of, not gonna be whatever, gonna be neglected. So no, I don't want you. You got to come over here and see. If that's how it is, whatever, then that's a different situation. Hello. But if it's not that, and it's just she being petty. Sir, go fight for your rights.
Hello.
Go fight for your rights.
Well, Ghetto Chef Yellow said, not afraid after you get rights, you get on child support. Well, it's kind of like both. The mom and the dad is technically on child support, right?
Some I know some moms that's on child support, crazy, but it is the reality of what we live in. If a man is able to be put on child support, a woman gotta listen. We talking about just like me career wise. If I want that respect, equality, right? Women have to understand when we get to fighting for these equality and equal rights. If that man got full custody, if you sitting up here and you trifling, you need to be on child support.
Yeah.
Like, that's just what it is. We can't. So at the end of the day, it's not about being afraid. It's about really, like, you got to do what you got to do to be in your child life.
Yeah.
And let me tell you something, that, especially a little girl, she going to always know her daddy fought for her. Like, regardless, she going to be able to tell. Like, she's going to be able to tell. She's going to be able to look back and be like, now, Ma, you just doing too much. Chill. Like, she going to be able to say that because after so much, her dad never gave up.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I know it's hard. It's easier said than done, because I be talking to my cousin. He be wanting to give up. He be wanting, especially when these girls get to a teenage year, and that's when we're hormonal and like we don't want to talk to nobody, and we don't want to talk to whatever, and we lashing out or whatever. Keep it up, because let me tell you, it's different when you're in the same household, because mom could kind of like help you balance it out. But when she's staying with mommy only, and now you getting, because mommy getting it too, you just not seeing it. But when daddy is getting it, it make a man feel like, damn, like my daughter don't want to talk to me. My son got all this in his head, like I don't care about him or whatever. But that don't be what it is. Don't listen. These kids, this society we in, we really fighting a mental warfare with our children to keep them. To keep them under our leadership and guidance to do the right things. And we got to just keep prayerful. We got to be prayerful. We got to pray through it. We have to have a village. And I really feel for those people who don't have a village to help them with their kids, because it's harder. So keep fighting to be in your child's life.
Yeah, I got this. Oh, Lord Jesus. Ooh. Well, hypothetically, I think I already know the answer to this, but I'm going to ask it anyway. What type of baby mama are you? Okay, so are you the one that, hypothetically, are you the one that calls every second to see who he has around your baby? Or are you the type of one that be like, okay, as long as my kid's okay, I'm okay?
I call.
Okay.
I check on my baby, and I even had my son's aunt tell me, she was like, so if you know me, you know they call me Binky, like that's a nickname, and like they'll be like, now you supposed to be working this weekend. Why did you drop off over here? Because I love my child. I just want to check on my baby. Like I want to make sure I know how my son's father is. I know that the things that I pay attention to, he won't see. But I also know that if I might need to drop something off, I might need whatever. Like my baby is still two. Like my baby's still two. So I'm, you know, some people be like they drop the children off. F them kids. I'm going. I can't do that. I can't do that all the way. I do care, but I do trust my son's father's family. They are a loving family. They love him down. Both sides of my son's father's family, the mom and dad, and I feel like they will do anything for my son. So I know that my son is taken care of. But as a mom, I'm just that.
Make sure
I call. I make sure I ask stupid questions. He ate. You took my bath,
girl, and my mom would be like, Misha, why are you calling me asking?
Yeah, like,
I'm like, Mom, hello, Mom, I'm just calling. I just want to make sure, Mom, I'm just asking. Like, dang.
I'm gonna always call and check on them babies. I'm gonna call.
Hello. Well, when do we as women have to get the point and say that's it? The relationship is over.
When you make the decision to walk away, and you say, I'm done, you gotta be done. Because if you're not done, they're gonna take advantage of that.
Oh yes, Lord.
They're gonna know she ain't going nowhere. She and got this. They like to play. They're gonna keep playing on you to see how much you can. They'll play on your emotional intelligence. That's why we have to gain emotional intelligence. We have to stay. We have to seek healing. I feel like a lot of the times we go to our friends a lot. And some of those friends are just not wise enough to give us that information or that healing that we need, because some of them got their own things that they're dealing with. And I really feel, me personally, like you gotta just dig deep in yourself. You gotta do some meditation. You have to really like cut ties for real and like get back to self.
Yes, Lord.
What makes self happy? When you start making yourself happy, you don't really need a man to make you happy. You will sleep so peacefully at night, because you're not dependent on that, and the right person will come for you or come to be with you and give you the love that you're lacking or that you feel like you need. Them little calls in the middle of the night, them little
open the door, no, baby.
You can't do that. You got to really be serious, because all you're gonna do is open up a can of worms of toxicity. Like you don't need that. You don't need that.
So I feel like getting in the gym. I feel like working out, because I feel like once you like
working out always helps.
Yes,
it always
you gotta
helps.
build it. You gotta pour into yourself. You know what I mean? So I feel like if
self-care
you feel
days,
good, doing something that you feel like you like doing, that can be a hobby, and that's for men too. Like I know women be taking y'all up and through there too, but I'm just saying, like mostly women have that attachment to men versus.
And
men.
I know I might not be like, I might say something really bad, but like I'm not against men having like friends. You know what I'm saying? Like,
what do you mean?
This is what I mean. Friends. Like I'm not opposed to them having a guys' night or whatever. Because I know a lot of like guys that like they get in a relationship and like their girl is like here with it. Like like y'all all up on each other, and like sometimes a man needs to breathe. Like he does need to breathe. He is a provider, he is a protector, and he's going out into that world. If you can't trust your man to like be aside from you or be or whatever from yourself, that's a problem. So I feel like that's, men need to have something for themselves to mentally help them get through life, through the day. Because our men are going out there and they're dealing with a whole lot. So I feel like, just like we have self-care days and we're pouring into ourselves after a relationship, men need to get back outside too. You feel me? Like go out. You know what I'm saying? Like if that means you going out with your boys and y'all at the strip club or whatever, and you ain't been out in a long time, and
so not every weekend.
Not every weekend.
Go to shit club this weekend.
Yeah, but go somewhere. Go somewhere. Go to a cigar lounge. Go to a game. You know what I'm saying? Go do what you need to do and get that stress off of yourself, because that helps you be a better father too. Like we all need to be better parents to our kids, and that means we need to step away. Because sometimes when I'm frustrated, I find myself like hollering, and I don't want to be hollering at my baby. I don't want to do that. That means that I need a break. So men need breaks too. And I feel like we get into this old mommy, whatever, but we need a life. Mama need a life. Daddy need a life. Daddy need a life too. So if you're not with that person anymore and you're going through a breakup, I think both people really need an outlet. Find yourself again.
I can agree with that. Well, y'all hear her dad, so y'all go out there, y'all plan a date with your homies and get outside. Okay?
Yes.
Get outside.
Yes.
Hello. So this is the toxic radar. What is the most toxic thing that you've done in a relationship, period?
Ooh, I don't know.
I mean, I took the PlayStation cord. I feel like, if you know your man love PlayStation and he cannot play that game, it's over. Like, and you looking for the cord and you cannot find the cord, baby, that's a problem. And I also scratched the car,
Yeah. I've done a lot of things. I've done a lot of things.
But you gotta pull out the hat.
Yeah, I actually can say that. Like, that's another reason why I could say what I'm saying, and your viewers might be like, "Oh, she talking for guys or whatever." But really and truthfully, I feel like I had to have a conversation with myself, and I have this conversation with myself about a lot of different things. You can't let somebody get you out of character.
Oh Lord.
And I've been I have to have moments. I have moments where I just be like, I don't want to talk.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to talk. I don't want to talk. It don't matter who it is, work or whatever. I don't want to talk. Let me get to myself first. Mm-hmm. I feel like I've done a lot of toxic things. I've thrown a bottle at a man. I've I've done some things. And I'm not proud of it either. I let my temper get the best of me, and that's how I know. I don't need to be engaged in this type of situation.
Right.
I need to disengage. I need to have a moment. I need to walk away. I need to think about it, because especially as a mom, you got a whole different type of responsibility, and you're responsible for this baby and this life. So I just really feel like sometimes you just have to step aside. So
I feel like us as people, period, as adults, we all have to learn how to just step away.
Yeah.
And it's very hard, okay, to just be like, you know what, let me just sit down and be quiet.
And regroup.
It's hard, right? So on both parts, I feel like as adults, we all have a lot to lose, because, God forbid we go to jail, and who's gonna be able to do it?
Take what? Yeah. And then you have to think about those decisions when you are a mom and your dad. Like, if I do this, how is my child going to be affected? Yeah. Or if I do this, how's my family going to be affected? Because now, if I put myself in a situation where I'm taken away legally, or I can't provide, or I'm not here, then I'm leaving this responsibility to family members that did not create this beautiful being.
And you probably don't want to deal with my kids.
Yeah, you don't want to deal. You don't want to deal. A lot of people, listen, I'm terrible too. They don't be wanting to watch 3 like that.
Girl, when I say I just got out of that, because my daughter just turned 3 October the 4th. And it was a hard journey. Okay. And
they say 3's worse though.
Girl, I don't know which one worse, because baby, sis been showing out. She been showing her natural black ass. But I'm gonna say this: I'm so proud. I don't know if I talked to you about it. My baby is potty trained.
Congratulations!
Thank you, babe. I was like, you know what? I'm sick of the Pampers. I'm sick of it. And I was just like, one day she was in pull up, like, we're just going to cut it out, period. So I talked to her daycare. I was like, look, I'm ready to do it. She was like, okay. And I just started putting panties on her. And it was like, I feel like the easiest potty training that I
think
did.
It's probably easier for girls. I have a boy and we're going through that now. And he has to be potty trained by January when he turns 3. Yeah. And I'm going through that. But again, it is co-parenting, because we're talking about co-parenting and not being toxic. Yeah. I tell his dad, listen, he got to go on the toilet. It's different mommy doing it, but when daddy do it with you and you're a boy.
But I feel like it's good for the male to do it with the male, with his son, because then he gets, even though it's probably too early for him to be standing up, but at least he's like, son, do it like this,
I don't know how that goes, I just know that you need to help me and push this. And it's everything, these kids, everything is a team effort. So when you don't have a good communication system with your son's or your daughter's father or mother or whatever, y'all make everything harder for yourself. Little things, it's not little, it's a big milestone to be potty trained. That is big, and I'm sure it wasn't just you doing it. It was your man. Like y'all did that together. Get on the toilet,
and
like,
the kids.
and the whole family gets involved.
Yeah.
Both sides, like everybody got to be on board. And when you are in a toxic situation, everything is harder.
It is, because I've learned that you literally have to be on schedule. Like you really have to be like, you know what, it's time to get on that potty
consistent
right now.
Too.
Yes.
Yeah, because at the school they're doing it with my child, and I'm like, every 30 minutes. Child, I be done. Went somewhere else.
Girl, listen, I'm blessed. And I was, like I said, I was so thankful because I said one day I was like, it's time. I'm tired of buying the Pampers. Pull-ups is expensive. I can't do it no more. But I ain't gonna say power to you, baby, because boys is, Lord, it did take my son a little bit longer. A little bit longer. So I'm gonna pray for
my baby tells me after, like I be telling him, like, tell mommy. And he like to go and he like to like flush. That's all he want to do.
So let me ask you, do you have a little potty for him?
Yes, I do. And we have like the topper.
Okay.
So he goes in between.
During the day in the house, is he in pull-ups or like box or briefs or whatever you want to do?
He's in pull-ups, and I also did 1 week. We tried like the actual training.
That's what I want
ones, to say. And then we put the pull-ups on top of it.
Okay. Tell me about your first child.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not telling you what to do.
No, tell me.
Mommy tell mommy.
Yes.
Let his ass pee on himself. Because I feel like once they get into peeing on themselves, it's like, oh, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because if you got that pull up, he's not never really going to experience like that pee on that leg. You know what I mean? And it's like they get in that habit of, okay, I don't want that feeling on me. So even if you got to let him walk around naked without no bottom piece on, or if you have him, whatever you choose to put on him, let him do that and let him pee on himself. I feel like that's going to be the easiest way for him. A lot
of people have been telling me that, and like,
it's the easiest
I think
way.
it's my mama too. She be like, "Oh, this is just a mess. Like he can't be just now. Put them pull-ups on top of that because he can't be pissing up my."
He ain't gonna feel it. You just gotta clean it up.
You gonna have to clean it up. I be telling her, you gonna have to clean it up. You know what I'm saying? She be like, "Oh no, you leave him here. He putting them pull-ups on, sitting on my good couch." I be like, "Oh."
Well, okay. Well, maybe if you leave with mama, then okay.
Yeah,
but at home, you got to let it go because
you got to let it go.
Okay.
Because they don't like the feeling. It's uncomfortable if any of us pee on us.
Exactly. You're like, oh, that's what it feels like. Okay, so now I know when I don't want that feeling on my legs, so let me go use the bathroom. I think that's gonna help.
I think we're gonna try it out, and I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna give you a 411.
Like I said, my son took a little minute. I know he hear this one like, "Hey, my yo, talking about me," but yeah, it took him a minute. Okay. It took him a minute. But that little girl out there, it was like,
she got it.
Thank you, Jesus.
She got it.
And then they moved up in a different class. I said, oh my God.
That's what I want, because they stopped the movement of the class, because if you're not potty trained, they can't move you.
That's what they did to one of the boys in her class. They held, because the mom actually went in the group chat and she said, well, what happened to him moving up to the other? She said he's not potty trained. So you got to get that boy potty trained. And then when they said, oh, we want to move her. I'm like, wait a minute, they bigger than my baby, like, because my baby's short and he's so little and so cute. But she was like, no. And then today it was like she was doing her name and stuff. So I'm like, I'm glad, because it's like now she can learn, get into it.
She can really get the development going and stuff. That's love.
But panties, girl, panties. Like, well, I want to give you guys a tip. Okay, so I heard this, and it was basically saying that for a relationship, for couples, write down a list of what you want in your partner and become that list.
Yes.
Which I really, when I heard it, I was like, dang, because we're so willing or so quick to be like, oh, I want him to be like this, I want her to be like this.
Yeah.
But how you want that person to be like that, and you're not like that yourself? You know what I mean? So, yeah, I want to say that, y'all. If you want somebody to be a certain way, your list, you become that list just as much as you want that person to be that list.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with you. Especially, I mean, I don't want to dog women, but sometimes we put these expectations on men that might not be realistic. And we also have to follow that ourselves.
Yes.
We have to live in that. You can be independent, but also still want a man and show that vulnerable.
Independent.
To show that vulnerability, but you also have to stand in that yourself. Like you have to be exactly what you want and mirror that. And I promise you'll attract that. You'll attract
because
that.
you got some women that I want a man with all this money, but what about what you got?
What you like? How could you help that man?
Hello.
How could you help? Like what you gonna like? Yes, women do make a house a home.
Hello.
We do. But like what type of skills you got? What skill sets do you have that can help that man keep that money and continue to build on that money?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you want to be somebody that he's proud of too, and be like, oh, my girl can do this, that, or like it's a beautiful thing. Like,
Hello.
you know, I like when a man can brag on me.
Hello.
Like, that's
Hello.
beautiful.
And because it goes back to this woman that I said this weekend. She kept saying, "Oh, you gonna pay me? You gonna give me some money?" Girl, not you begging for money every second of the day. Like, that's just, who wants that?
That's crazy.
Who wants that? Like, no man is gonna take you serious, ma'am, because all you're doing is, you gotta pay me.
Like you gotta pay.
What is the man paying for?
He buying lunch. And y'all know they was just talking about lunch money and all this on social media. Like, God, how y'all was eating before?
It's ridiculous. I just feel like when the podcast, when I heard that, and it's like, yes, that was so perfect, because how can we really want somebody to be a certain way and we're not portraying that way either? Like,
the right man gonna want to do that anyway.
Hello.
Like, the right man that you're supposed to be with is gonna want to do those things.
Right.
Like, you ain't gonna have to ask him. He gonna ask you, like, are you straight? You got
exactly.
You good? Let me send you a little drop real quick, because I know you got all this going on and whatever. You got gas. You shouldn't have to say you gotta pay me. Like, what?
Right. That's too much. And she was too much. Oh no, we ain't gonna get into that's a whole nother topic, baby. That's a whole nother topic, okay? So, what they say, what did I say? Tell me outside.
That's Theron.
Yeah.
And Tyrell. Yes.
Okay, so Theron said you're a real one. All right, y'all, but I'm done. You got anything to say before we go?
Nothing but thank you for having me.
You're welcome, my beauty.
On Mama Need a Life too. And everybody just continue. Follow me on Top Prima Diva on Instagram. That's TOPPRIMADIVA. Also, I'm always going to support the home team. Make sure you follow Rated R Miami, Rated R Miami, just like it's spelled. Or it sounds to you. And make sure y'all keep up November 20th. Fluffy. Shout out again to Plus Doll and Mookie.
And on the 3rd, is that going to be live? Are they going to be able to see that, what we're doing on the 3rd?
No, but they can actually tune in later on and watch it, and they can come out and attend.
Hello,
you want to talk about it?
Let's talk about it.
So while we sitting up here saying all this, like Misha is not Rated R family.
I am.
Please come out to the 17th annual Sunday Fun Day Jamboree that is put together by the Miami Broward Super Pee Wee League. Super Pee Wee League is a league for 4- and 5-year-olds to play football and cheer. And the moral of their whole thing is everybody's a winner. So these children do not, like, there's no winner, there's no loser. They have teams in Miami-Dade County, Broward, and in Palm Beach County, and they're coming together for a jamboree, and they will scrimmage and play each other and have a beautiful day. There's going to be a great halftime performance from the cheerleaders and special guests that are coming out there. But we also will be commentating, interviewing. We have some retired football players that are coming out and just showing love. And Miami Heat, like, everybody likes coming out to support these kids. Support. Big shout out to Mr. Thomas. And if you are on Facebook right now, go ahead and look for the Miami-Dade, Miami Broward Super Pee Wee League, and you will see them. They are the first and only Super Pee Wee League in the nation. Like I said, you can register your child. If you have a 4-year-old that just turned 4 in the fall, definitely go to their website on their national page on Facebook and register your child coming up, so that way you can get these babies into learning the essentials, the fundamentals of sportsmanship. That's what it's about.
And I feel like at 4, that's the funniest, because once they get older, listen, baby, baby, we need to smack them down. I'm sorry, y'all. Okay,
I'm sitting next to a football and cheer mom.
Listen, this year has been amazing. It has been amazing. I honestly didn't want the football to end, because I had literally.
You have a superstar on your hand, though.
Yes,
you have superstars in your baby too.
Hello, because she showed out too, and I was so amazed. I'm like, girl, you better go on that. You better go on. You better show what your mom gave you, girl. You better show.
But guess what? They be loving. They love it. Like, and the parents love it too. Sometimes parents can get a little competitive, but it's all about teaching them.
It was amazing with the parents. Like I couldn't have asked for any more better parents than the ones that we met.
You enjoy being a football mom?
Absolutely. This year I did, absolutely. Because I felt like you said, competition that was not that this year. It was a mix of different races. Mm-hmm. We all were able to communicate. It was like no pettiness. Like, you have to worry about, oh, she said it. You have to worry about none of that. Everybody contribute in their own ways. Like I said, you got the Mexicans, no shade. The Mexicans, they bring their drinks. We drinking together. You got the other family. Everybody was pretty much also like married relationship. If you wasn't married, you're in a relationship. So that was a really good feeling this year, and I didn't want to.
Yeah, because y'all know some of these parks, we got to stop that. Y'all got to stop trying to mess with these coaches. Y'all got to stop that. Like,
no, they just said that. No,
y'all got to stop that.
My man was just looking at a reel, and the man was saying, you need to stop effing them coaches because your son is not it. You're just doing that, and the coach is gonna let you do it because they're gonna get what they want, and then
that's not real. You actually embarrassing your child. Like they be out there with the shorts on, and they a team mom. I call you out.
Shorts on too.
But your man out there with you. But you know what the girls I'm talking about. Yeah, okay. You know the women I'm talking about. Y'all be out there doing too much. Let the child play. Yeah. Stay from out the sideline. If they be doing them be the ones that be doing the most. Yeah, the coaches be knowing what be going on. And the parents can tell too.
Yes, everybody can tell.
That's not a good look for your child. Just go out there and help him or her be a great asset to the team and learn teamwork and sportsmanship. Don't go out there with that foolishness.
And I feel like repetition helps with skill. I feel like a skill can literally be not earned, but you can build and be better at something that you do. So if you practice and you continue to do it, then I feel like you can get better at your skill.
And discipline.
Yes, Lord. And you gotta let your kids be teachable. Because I'm gonna say this. It's some kids, they don't have the manners, and it's like, how do you expect to go into the real, like when you get older, and other coaches have to deal, not your dad, have to deal with you at school, and you're not teachable.
You're not coachable. Being coachable. You can't be told nothing. It's difficult to communicate with your child.
Can't do that.
Sports helps that. Helps that. So yes, we're excited for the 3rd. Y'all come out and support.
Yes, I'm definitely excited for the 3rd. So y'all come out there and support. And with that being said, before we go, I'm just going to say this last comment because I don't like to leave comments hanging, okay? So Theron said, the begging for money really drains you. I give all day, every day. Financial situation need to be organized and properly handled.
Yeah.
And that's the man. So,
that's a man. Y'all,
the man is tired of the handouts, ladies, okay?
How you ain't got no money for lunch?
Oh my God. They just want to see what they can get from the man. Yeah. But yes, so on the 3rd, what time
it's from 11 to 6 p.m.
And bring the kids.
Yeah, Nathan. I'm talking about Nathaniel.
I can't remember the park name, but
Nathaniel Trash Pile Park. Trash Pile. The legendary Trash Pile is at the West. That's where it's at. Y'all come out there. Y'all have a good time.
Come support.
We're going to turn up. And you already know. Thank you for having me. Mamas need a life too.
Always welcome. You'll be back again. Okay. Bye.